Real Agriculture's coverage of Agritechnica 2019 is brought to you by Brevant. Seed, yield, easy. Sean Haney here with Real Agriculture. We're at Agritechnica 2019 in Hanover, Germany, brought to you by Brevant. And right now we're in the AGI booth and we're standing here with Jeff Cruzen. Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
Doing perfect. How are you doing?
Good. You having a good show?
We are having a very good show.
This is another example of some North American technology and North American manufacturer bringing technology and innovation to a global stage. How many different countries of people have you talked to here?
You're going to have a wide variety here. The Agritechnica show covers all of Europe. It'll cover all of Southeast Asia. It'll bring people in from North America. So you have a broad range of people visiting. It's probably truly the most international flavored show you're going to visit.
Okay, we're going to talk today about grain dryers. Talk about the product line at AGI in terms of grain dryers. What are the different, sizes and scale that that products you would have to offer?
On the Nico dryer side of it, we're going to offer, what do you want to say, metric tons?
Yeah,
you
sure.
want it in bushels?
Bushels,
metric.
fine.
Well, we'll do two sides here. Metric tons are going to go all the way from about 4.3 metric tons per hour up to about 125 metric tons an hour. So we have a broad range. If we talk about bushels, we're going to have a range from about 300 bushels all the way up to about 5,000 bushels per hour.
So everything from on-farm all the way up to more of an elevator situation.
Small commercial. We really don't get into the large commercial side of it because that's 6, 7, 8,000 bushels an hour range. But we hit majority of the farm sizes.
Well, this harvest, actually all of 2019, there's been a lot of adversity in parts of all over North America. If somebody's considering putting a grain dryer on the farm, what are some of the things they need to think about?
Well, if you're going to try to size a dryer for your operation, three things that we talk about. If I'm talking to you, I'm going to ask you, number one, what's the crop we're going to dry? What's the moisture range we're going to be trying to remove? What's a harvest day consist of? How many bushels or how many tons per hour are you going to harvest? Do you want to dry 24 hours a day? Do you want to shut it down at night so you can go home and get some sleep? So there's some questions that we need to know and get answers from you first before we try to size the dryer. Typically, you're going to know what you think you want, but we want to confirm that to make sure that we sell you the right dryer. The last thing we want to do is undersell you a dryer.
Right. Okay, so when you think about the harvest capacity that somebody may have, say they have 3 combines, how do you go about doing that? How does that matching process work?
Well, what I'm going to ask you first, what's a normal harvest day? How many bushels in a day can you harvest? Are we talking a wide range here? So we're talking 10,000 bushels an hour? Are we talking 25,000, or not hour, but per day? So 10,000 a day, 25,000 a day, 50,000 a day, depending on your operation. So then we'll come back and say, is this going to be, again, 24 hours that you're going to dry, or are you going to shut down at night so everybody can go home and get some rest? Especially under the conditions we're in this year, there's a lot of high pressure, a lot of high stress. Guys want to get some rest.
And like you said, it's almost like a situation where you can never have too much dryer capacity.
Exactly, because typically the dryer is going to be the bottleneck. You can always harvest more than typically what you can dry.
Okay. And also the power source. Some people obviously have to go with propane. Some people go with natural gas. Those are considerations as well?
Fuel is a major consideration. From our standpoint for the dryer, it doesn't make much difference because we can offer a dryer that does natural gas or LP. So that's not an issue for us.
Yeah. We have a lot of farmers that I've been talking to in the Midwest as well as in Western Canada that are facing all this adversity, talking about how, I put my dryer in and I wish I would have done it like 10, 15 years ago and not waited so long.
Good statement, good comment by a lot of farmers. A dryer is basically an insurance policy. You know you're going to have to dry some of your grain. You're hoping that you don't have to dry 100% of it. This year, it's going to be a whole different game for everybody. You're probably going to dry 100% of your grain this year.
Right. But it's not about just when the harvest gets tough like it is right now with all the snow that's flying and how cold it's getting. It also allows you to start earlier in the harvest as well.
It does. It allows the farmer to start harvest earlier, a little higher moisture. He can control his harvest process. He can deliver grain earlier for earlier contracts, get a premium price for some of that. And a lot of times that'll offset his drying costs by having that additional premium contract.
Do you encourage on the install part to put in like separate meters so people can really get an idea what it's costing them per bushel?
Most of the time they're not going to put in metering systems. They're going to have an idea based on the amount of bushels they dry. They're going to know how much fuel is delivered, either by propane or by the therms and the natural gas. They're going to do a calculation. We do have a lot of farmers that will have very detailed records, and we have customers that don't. But by the end of the season, they're going to have a very good idea what their drying cost is.
For sure. Well, Jeff, thanks a lot, and enjoy the rest of Agritechnica.
Very good. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.